Whatever, everybody. Skunk Rockstar Radio. I'm sitting here with Rysk.
HMR?
HMR. That's not how you spell it. It's just what he represents.
Yeah, that mountain.
It's a pretty mountain. I ain't never seen it. They don't let me go.
It's so far away.
Is it?
Yeah. NorCal.
Don't go there.
That's where Hatchet Mountain is.
Damn. Are you from California?
No.
Okay.
It's a whole ritual that we don't discuss with the normies, man.
I'm starting to capture that, man. Do you get your face painted during it?
No, that was me. I did that myself.
All on yourself? Was it embarrassing the first time you did it?
Nope.
Ooh,
I didn't give a shit, dude. It was actually the first time I did it was a rated R show. My band before I broke solo, and the other two guys aren't face painters. And yeah, I fucking lined up and hit it.
Hell yeah,
Been
man.
doing it ever since. It's like, hey, this is easy to replicate. This is, now it's my brand. Fuck. Sometimes people don't even recognize me without a little black line, which doesn't make any sense to me. But...
Superman, dog.
Right, yeah.
Batman. The Flash. It's worked for so many people throughout the years.
It's just a black line.
Well, I mean, yeah. You got a bandana, too.
Yeah, but sometimes I wear the bandana. Actually, frequently I wear a bandana.
And it keeps stuff out your face, huh?
Yeah, tiny little baby hairs.
Well, you and I are congregating this evening to discuss Lorecore Volume 1, man. Your upcoming album. It's coming out this Saturday.
Yep.
So tell me, what is Lorecore?
It's an album. It's coming out Saturday.
Nice. You heard it here first.
It's a kind of a spin-off project. It's an EP. It's, for the last 5 years, I've kind of dedicated what I've been doing to the No projects. And really, through the influence of a couple different people, I kind of came up with the idea for it. Prior to this year's float, we were down in Arkansas working on my light show for the float. And we went out to dinner with the guy who was working at Wendell, and we were taught Lindell. We were out at dinner, and he asked me if I had thought of doing anything else creative. And I was like, I don't really know what you mean. He's like, dude, we've heard your music. We love Wood Werewolf. And he's like, you're really awesome at telling stories. He's like, have you ever thought about writing a book? I was like, no. And he's like, well, if you ever wrote a book, I would read it just to see what you had to say. And it's like,
right.
Okay. Well, a couple months later, I was in the studio, and I did this song that I had written back whenever I was in... I wrote, the initial draft of it, so to speak, whenever I was in college, called Body on the Floor. And I reworked it in a way that I really liked it, went to the studio, dropped it. It sounded good and everything, and then I was talking to Space, the engineer, the producer, and was saying that, maybe... I was telling him about Lindell's idea, and I was like, what if I did a CD that was a book? And I was like, what if, I came up with a story surrounding this song? And he was like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And then, I literally went home that night, laid out the rest of the album, wrote the whole thing right there.
Felt inspired, did it all.
Then hit it, just pulling up beats and yep, here we go, this is this, and it was really kind of easy coming from, I had a song I was already working on.
Give me a blunt, baby.
I had a song I was already kind of working on, and I started writing that song out. And then I was like, wait, what if I tie this in to this other one? And then I did, and it ended up being a few slots away, but it's like, okay, now let's fill in what happens between this and this. Okay, now what came first and what came after? And that's really the direction the project took, so it is one continuous story, start to finish.
Right. And it makes sense in the order that they come in.
And actually, some of the songs might not make much sense if you hear them out of order. There's definitely some standalone tracks. They all make...
Pink Floyd, baby.
I would say they all make sense. There's just certain details that if you heard this song and didn't listen to the rest of the album, you might hit the third line in the second verse and be like, wait, what the fuck is he talking about? But they all kind of stand alone. Some of them are far more involved in the story than others, but it is one continuous thing, start to finish.
Hell yeah, man. So I know with the No series, Tom Wood is always a part of the art of your albums.
Mm-hmm.
Did we use him again in this one?
No, we did not.
Oh man,
Nothing personal about it either.
Absolutely.
I actually talked to him prior to it and told him I didn't think I wanted to use him because of what I was going for. And going back to what I was saying in your previous question, it is meant to be, it's one continuous story. So I wanted the CD to look like a book.
Right, it's a separate project.
Right.
It's a separate entity.
And it was kind of like, I think this is below your talents. I don't want you to work on something that's going to take you 2 minutes and be like, okay, here it is. Like, so
Right.
we did go a different direction on the art because it was far more simple and anti-illustrious, I guess. I don't know a better word for,
Well,
he does amazing works of art for me. Every time we drop a no, these big, beautiful, realistic things, like, that's not what I needed for this. So.
Right. Well, who did your art?
Ooh, some guy.
Oh man, it'd be like that. So, who's your favorite, or what is your favorite individual track on the album?
Oh, for me, it's hands down Undercover.
Undercover.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Now,
it's going to be one of the bangers, too. I think there's 2 on there that are going to be stand out among the rest of them, and Undercover is going to be one of them.
So, as far as complexity in a verse, which song on the album would you say would have the part where it would catch people off guard and not expect you to go there in your talent, so to say, rather than your surprise element?
I mean, I don't know if I could be any more or less shocking to people with what I've done so far, because especially in the No projects, there's not much direct or intended continuity to it. It is just one thing on to the next, bouncing around. And this kind of holds to that tradition to one side of, like, each song does sound very different from the next, but then it is kind of, it's a story in me kind of directing it as I go. So I don't do a lot of change ups or anything, like historically you might see me doing like a lot more singing in one track, and then the next one chopping a little bit and stuff like that. There's not much of that in this. Outside Undercover, I do present my hook in a sing-songy way that I haven't done anything else before, but it's not that dramatic of a change.
All right, guys, Undercover's the one to watch. So, is there any artist features on Lorecore?
No.
Side project.
Not a single one. This is.
I felt like one of your questions kind of said, I wrote this all by myself. I didn't need anybody and nothing else, anyways. But like you already fucked up my list, so.
Randy Savage is featured, but not in a vocal way. DJ Cryptic is featured, but once again, not in a vocal way. A brief character spot. Outside of that, there's no other artists really on it. Outside, Chaos produced the whole album as far as beats are concerned.
Sweet. That was another question. That was another question on the list, man.
Knocking them out without
knocking them out, bro. Shout out Chaos, bro. I actually loves Chaos's beats.
Yeah. Yeah, he honestly, actually, since we dropped No Joke, he's been my exclusive guy. I've gone to him for everything I've done since No Joke. So as long as he keeps fucking putting out bangers like he does, like, that's probably where I'm gonna stick with my shit.
Right, yeah. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Right.
So how many volumes do you expect or want to have of Lorecore?
The future will tell. I don't know.
The future will tell. You're just gonna swing them as they come.
I left the end of Lorecore Volume 1 in such a way there are countless things I could do with it. The story can go in so many different directions. It can continue, or it can be some off the wall crazy shit. Once you hear it, you'll know. The last track left it extremely open for anything I want to do next.
So Lorecore Volume 2 coming next year.
There might be a no in between there, but yeah.
Well, that leads right into the next question, man. If this is an EP, when is the LP?
Next year.
Next year, for sure. Buy the float.
We've got other artists doing other projects on HMR, and I in no way want to make them compete with me.
Absolutely
and
not.
I have built up a good discography, and rest assured I'm going to keep chugging along, but I'm not scared to share the spotlight. So it really depends on what happens with Relic and Lots, and any releases that they may want to do will kind of dictate what I decide to do. I would not expect it before July.
Right.
But after that, it's kind of up to the homies.
Fair enough, man. So, do we have any music videos planned out for Lorecore?
There would be, I'll tell you this, if I do one music video to Lorecore, I'll probably make a short film and do the whole thing.
I agree with that.
It would take
I
some
agree with
doing because some shit happens in it. So it would take some doing to make it happen. But if I was just going to pick one and say, fuck it, I'm not doing anything else, it would be Undercover. But I strongly feel like if we do any music videos for Lorecore, it's almost got to be a short film. And just
Why not? Yeah, well, why not tell the story?
Right, exactly.
So, and I can humbly say this, there's not many people that say that they write an album from beginning to end where the correlation of songs in the proper order is going to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Pink Floyd did it several albums in a row, and it's what made them successful. And people can pick that noise out. Obviously, it's not like comparing your music to their music.
Right.
They ain't even close.
Well, I'm not even close. I don't know.
Just because, what? Crazy, man. Like, them guys look like the Beatles, dog. Look at that haircut.
I'm like,
are you jealous of
I'm like
that?
the Lost Bee Gee, bro. Like, one man band.
So, why don't you normally put out music videos? Like, why is music videos not a normal thing for you as an artist?
I'm so poor, man. I can barely afford my paint. Like, it's just, I don't know.
I think it's more than financial.
No, honestly, I would say to a certain extent it is, because I have a really hard time. I don't want to do the same thing everyone else does, where like, okay,
Absolutely
we're going to go
not.
stand out in front of a bathroom and I'm going to rap at the camera and we're going to do that 2 or 3 times and that's a video.
No.
I want a little storytelling in there, and then whenever I want the storytelling, that kind of leads into what we need sets and props, and then it turns into the song I want to do. Like, oh, we
The production
we need
value
a
of
budget
it.
to do this, you know, like
Absolutely.
So that's one thing that holds me back, is when I pick a song I really like and think will look good, the image gets too big, and it's like, fuck, like. I think there's songs I could do, and I've been playing with a lot more lately that, you know, because going back, I really haven't dropped a music video of my own since No Future. So there's a lot of content there that I could make. And we're working with some of our partners at HMR on doing some stuff to certain ones that's actually kind of been helpful to me and opened my eye. And I'm not going to name any names on the songs, but things that I did have these big ideas for. Now that I've seen what somebody else has done with it, they took their interpretation and started making something. It's like, you know, that's not bad. It's not what everybody else is doing, and I could see some small ways to tweak it and put this out and be happy with it.
Right, absolutely, man. Well, that really kind of finishes up my my interview about Lorecore. Is there anything you want to tell me and the fans about Lorecore, or the story in itself, something to help put this album into perspective when they listen to it, before they listen to it?
No, I want you to experience it and not hate me when it's over. No, I really don't have any. I don't want to give any expectations or advice to anybody. It's music, and it's meant to be experienced on a personal level, and hopefully we connect on that personal level and you enjoy it for what it is, or let it take you on your own adventure.
Hell yeah, man. Well, once again, thank you for coming to Rockstar Radio.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
Killer interview. I'm ready for the album release party. Springfield,
Just a few
Missouri.
days out.
See you next time.
Hell
See y'all
yeah.
next time. RYSK.
Whoop whoop.